Hey everybody, it's Jason, your handyman hero. This morning we're driving into the job, and I just got to thinking about some things as far as everything that's going on in the world and how to approach it from a business standpoint, especially a small business. Last year, 2020, we had a lot of crazy things happen, lots of things changing. Some people saying that we can't open for business. Every area was different. And so the American people as a group are just generally in a state of unrest. We were blessed in my area, especially in the construction industry, not to be affected all that much. Building is still going about like normal. But there were definitely other industries, especially businesses that counted on walk-in traffic, restaurants and things of that nature, that took a big hit because they literally couldn't open their doors. So as a small business owner, what do you do? I had the benefit of going through the 2008 recession. So when this one came along, I was a little bit more prepared from what I learned back then. So in 2008, I was in my 20s. I had a remodel company. We did mostly tile work and flooring. And 2006, 2007 was boom years. Literally there was so much work and so much stuff people needed to get done. You could just about name your price. And anybody that was willing to work was having no problem staying busy. And then one day, when that real estate bubble popped, it was like the spigot just shut off. And I went from having a booked schedule to having nothing. And I'll never forget sitting around the kitchen island looking at all the stuff that I had to pay and knowing I had nothing coming in. And just coming to the realization after 5-6 years of being self-employed and owning my own business, I was going to have to go back and get a job. Because at the end of the day, you got bills to pay and you got to put food on the table. And I say that because you got to be able to pivot. You got to not be afraid of change, and you've got to sometimes completely change what you're doing to get ahead. People say there aren't any opportunities. There's opportunities around every corner, but if you're not looking at things outside of your expertise or learning new skills, you may not see it. So in 2008, here I am, I'm a contractor, and I spent I think it was 2 months in school, got my Class A CDL, and became an over-the-road truck driver. And I did that for 13 months, realized that wasn't the life for me, and I moved from that to being a sign installer. Anybody that knows me knows I'm deathly afraid of heights, and I spent every day 100 foot in the air. Did that for about 3 months, quickly realized that was not the life I wanted to live. And then I went and I delivered drywall. Ran a boom truck, delivered drywall. Did that for a while, realized I didn't want to deliver drywall forever. So got a job building boat docks. And keep in mind, all of these job changes happened within probably a year and a half, maybe 2 years time. So we're talking like 2008 to 2010. And each time I got an increase in pay. Each time I got a better situation out of the deal. And it was all because I wasn't afraid to make a change, to try something new. I just knew where I wasn't where I wanted to be, and I was trying to figure out how to get one step closer to where I wanted to be. In 2019, I started this handyman business, and took off. We were doing extraordinarily well, and actually it blew up on me so fast I couldn't handle all the business. I was offered another opportunity to run a roll-off dumpster company and an equipment rental company, so I decided to take that. And so that's where I was coming into this whole pandemic situation. Inside of that, I decided that wasn't an opportunity that I wanted to be at long term. So I went back to a driving job that I'd had for a while. And so I was doing that as this pandemic unfolded. And I'm looking, knowing what I knew about the last recession and this recession, I'm looking for opportunities because I know they're out there. You just got to have your eyes open to find them. Don't be afraid to explore new ideas and new possibilities. You know, if you're sitting at home, you've been laid off, or your company had to shut down due to the pandemic, what is your passion? What is it that you like to do? Whatever that is. I mean, you're in a position right now that potentially you have nothing to lose. So that's the best position to be in if you want to start something new. Now, some people will argue, well, I don't have the money to do it. Well, that's a stumbling block that can be worked around. There is an endless supply of money out there. You just got to figure out how to tap into it, how to get somebody to believe in you, to invest in you if you don't have the access to the capital yourself. There are ways, if you have the drive, the ambition, and the want to get out there and make it happen, the money will be a non-issue. I've seen that happen in many, many people's lives, and I've gotten a little taste of it as well in my own. You know, if you're one of those that's going to go out there and add value to society, and that's a key that a lot of people don't understand. Money follows value. The more value you can add to someone's life, the more of their money that they will give you. And that's just something, that's how the world works. I can't remember who said it might have been Jim Rohn, and I think about this. If you took all the money on this planet and you divided it up equally between all the people, in not too long a time, it will end up back in the pockets of the people that have it right now. And that's not because they're dirty rich people. That's because they have the mindset and the know-how and the value to add to others, that people will give them the money freely. And that's something, once you get your head wrapped around that concept, you stop thinking about the money and you start thinking about how can I add value, and you just let the money flow. I've been talking about all this in reference to small business owners, but if you're working for somebody and as an employee, the same things still apply. If you seek to add value to your employer, if you're constantly doing more than you're asked, if you're doing more than your job requires, if you come to work with a good attitude, your employer will see that, and you will reap the benefits, whether it be a raise, whether it be a bonus, whether it be a promotion. And it may not even be your direct boss. It might be somebody over his head up the corporate ladder that sees that. Or it might be a customer. You might get a job offer from a customer of yours that sees that your company isn't promoting you to where you need to be, and you get a whole nother opportunity to go work for somebody else in a much better situation for more pay and everything else. So definitely seek to add value. I started thinking about the handyman business again, and being that I was in the delivery world and delivering building materials, and knowing that building hadn't slowed down and we were rebuilding from some tornadoes that went through. I partnered up with another guy that's also a handyman type business, and decided to go back out and get the handyman thing going again. It's definitely uncertain. I have no idea what's going to happen in the coming months, coming years. We're fixing to go through a lot of big changes potentially, But one thing I know is tomorrow, everything's going to be pretty much the same as it is today. I'm going to wake up tomorrow and I'm going to get after it the same way I'm doing today. Until somebody changes the rules, then I'll look at the new rules and I'll see what I can do to adapt and make it happen under the new rules. So that's the tidbit I wanted to leave with you today. Keep your head up, and at the end of the day, just turn off the media, turn off the news. If you don't have the influx of everything that's going on in the world coming into your brain all the time, and you're just focused on what's in front of you, your whole mindset will change. And you'll realize that potentially what you got right in front of you is not that bad. So everybody keep your head up. This is Jason, your handyman hero. You can check us out on Facebook, and the website will be hopefully back live by the end of this week at myhandymanhero.com. Everybody have a great day.